Kodiak client is updated to 1.21.50. So to get it, you want to head over to their official website, Kodiak.best. This is going to be linked down in the description below, together actually with my Discord server where you can find many more clients just like this one. Anyways, right over here you want to simply click on this download ghost client right over here, which is what we're going to be looking at in this video. If you're experiencing an issue where Google Chrome doesn't let the download go through, I've got a simple fix for that down in the description below. Now I should probably also mention that there is also a paid version of Kodiak out by now, however I don't necessarily recommend using that. And in this video I'm just going to be showing you guys the free version, as that's also what it's going to be about for the most of you. Anyways, here as you can see I have Kodiak in my downloads, and I can simply double click on this and that's going to open up. Anyways, as you can see, it is an external client, and it is actually also a ghost client, which is nice. Anyways, I'm just going to be running through how this works and all the features it has, of course. As you can see, on the side over here, there's a combat tab, profiles tab, a visuals tab, a movement tab, and then also a more general utility tab. Anyways, I'm going to start out in this config tab, combat tab right over here. Using a few of these utilities that we have over here, I'm going to be explaining how basically the entire client works, as it should be pretty simple. Anyways, these things over here are the utilities. As you can see in terms of combat utilities, Kodiak has auto clicker, reach, hitbox, velocity, as well as auto jump reset. There is a description of what they all do behind them right over there. To turn them on, you can simply click on that right over there, and that is going to turn on the utility for you. And of course, clicking on that once again is going to turn it off. You can also set a keybind, and you can do so by pressing on these three dots. I already have this one set over here. I can do that again though. Click on that and then press any button on my keyboard, and now that is the keybind. If you want to remove it, you can press on that and then press on escape. Anyways, as you see, I can now press L, and that is going to turn on and off. Pressing on these three dots over here is going to bring up the customization menu for this utility. This allows me to set the clicks per second range, as well as toggle some different options. Right, and now most utilities will have this range thing over here. Basically, this is the value of clicks per second that Kodiak is going to hover in between. The reason why you have a range and not one set value is so that it's less detectable by anti-cheat detection systems. For the rest, you also have the option to avoid menus, which means that it won't auto-click in inventories. Really useful is that you also get a description while hovering over these things, as you can see. Anyways, this also allows you to turn on TriggerBot. You can set a randomization type, which you'll see more often with different utilities as well. And then there's a drop chance too, which is basically the chance that this could drop below the set values that you have set over here. Right, that's basically how these utilities work, and you'll notice that the other customization menus here work in a very similar way. As you can see, for the reach, we can also set a range right over here. By the way, all settings I have set right now are actually the default settings. Here there's a new option, which is only combat. That basically means that Kodiak client detects whether you are in combat with someone or not, and depending on that, they will enable the reach or not, of course. Anyways, and then there's also hitbox and velocity, and you'll notice that those customization menus work in the exact same way, and that the utilities do exactly what you would expect them to do. Anyways, say you've done customizing it, I can simply press on the keybind to turn that on, and then start auto-clicking, for example, of course, or doing anything else that I want. Of course, right now, the CPS have been set to 16 to 19, which is a little bit high, and I might get booted from a server for that, but oh well. Anyways, then there's a visuals tab over here. There's a stream mode, which is turned on by default. I learned. If you want to record a video with this, don't have this turned on, as I'm pretty sure you guys can no longer see the client now. Anyways, now you can. You can also choose to hide this from your taskbar, and you can also choose to turn on or off player name tags, being able to see those through walls. Of course, that can be useful in certain situations. These have customization menus as well, just like every utility, except there's not a lot to find in there. Moving on to the movement tab, this client has auto sprint, fantastic. I highly recommend keeping this turned on. Basically, what that does is the second that you start walking, you are automatically going to be sprinting. Amazing. Anyways, for the rest, there is also fly over here. Anyways, to prove that this does actually work in an external client, I will now turn this on and start flying. No, I'm in creative. Anyways, and there is also high jump over here. If I turn this on, you'll notice that I start jumping higher. No, I will not actually. It's been set to 1, as you can see, but I can set this all the way up to 20, surprisingly enough. And then when I set it that high, I do actually start jumping quite high, as you can see. This is ridiculous. There's not much ghost about it at that point, but I would say that this utility is quite fun to use. Probably one of my favorite ones that this client has. Anyways, I'll set this. I hope I land in the water. I do not land in the water. You know what? How I see it is that there was no reason for the devs to just not let you put it as high as you want, right? Obviously. And then for the rest, there's also the timer over here, which allows you to speed up the in-game time. Once again, this also allows you to set a minimum as well as maximum, and a chance there too, as we have seen before. Finally, there's also a utility area right over here. This allows you to turn on no hurt cam as well as fake lag. Then finally over here, there was also a profiles area. Pre-made configs, as you can see, or actually profiles as they're called over here. There's a chill one, a lumine, and a cheat bypass method, as well as just the default one, which allows you to set everything back to the default. You can simply apply these by hovering over them. You can search for something. However, not much is going to come up just yet, but I assume that over time there will be more stuff added there. Anyways, for right now, that was basically that for Kodiak client. Subscribe for more clients like this, and that was basically that. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I do of course hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye.